In 1928, Turkey made a monumental decision that would forever reshape its identity and place in the modern world. Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, the founder of the Republic of Turkey, introduced the Latin alphabet to replace the Arabic script that had been used for centuries in the Ottoman Empire. This change was not just about letters or symbols, but it was a cultural revolution aimed at modernizing Turkey, bridging it with the West, and creating a new and cohesive national identity. Today, let's explore why Turkey adopted the Latin alphabet, the challenges of this radical shift, and the opportunities it created for the Turkish people. The Ottoman Empire used a version of the Arabic script to write Turkish for centuries. However, the Arabic script wasn't an ideal fit for Turkish phonetics. Turkish is an agglutinative language with vowel harmony, while Arabic is Semitic and uses consonant-heavy structures. This mismatch led to difficulties in both literacy and standardization, as Ottoman Turkish relied heavily on complex grammar and vocabulary borrowed from Persian and Arabic. By the early 20th century, there was growing frustration with the script and a strong desire to simplify written Turkish to make it more accessible to the general population. At the same time, the Ottoman Empire was facing rapid decline, and modernization efforts were seen as essential to rebuild Turkey as an independent nation-state. When Ataturk established the new state, he envisioned a completely transformed Turkey. His vision was not only to create a politically independent state, but also to cultivate a modern, educated, and progressive society. He believed that language reform was crucial to achieving this goal. In his view, the Arabic script represented the Ottoman past, a history he wanted to distance Turkey from. Instead, he saw the Latin alphabet as a tool to align Turkey with the West and the modern world. Thus, the Turkish Language Association was established in 1928 to study and implement a new alphabet based on the Latin script. The new script was designed to be phonetically accurate, with each letter representing a unique sound, making Turkish easier to read and write. Transitioning to the Latin alphabet was a monumental task. In 1928, the new Turkish alphabet law was enacted, making the Latin alphabet official and mandating its use in all public and official documents. Government initiatives, such as public literacy campaigns and free language classes, were introduced to help people learn the new alphabet. Schools across the country adopted the Latin alphabet, and young people adapted relatively quickly. In contrast, older generations and some conservative factions found the transition challenging and even alienating. Implementing the Latin alphabet reform was not without challenges. One of the most immediate issues was the sheer scale of re-education required. Literacy rates in the Ottoman Empire were low, especially outside urban centers, and the government had to ensure that all citizens could understand the new alphabet. Teachers needed to be trained, books rewritten, and a new educational infrastructure developed almost from scratch. Additionally, this reform met resistance from religious scholars and conservative segments of society, who saw the Arabic script as an essential part of their cultural and religious heritage. For many people, abandoning the Arabic script felt like a disconnection from the Ottoman past and the Islamic world, causing some initial backlash. Despite these challenges, adopting the Latin alphabet opened up significant opportunities for Turkey. One of the most immediate benefits was improved literacy rates. The new alphabet was phonetically logical, meaning it was far easier to learn and use, even for those with minimal education. Within just a few decades, Turkey saw a dramatic rise in literacy, allowing for greater participation in public life and a more informed citizenry. The reform also brought Turkish closer to everyday spoken language, shedding the heavily Persian and Arabic-influenced vocabulary that had dominated Ottoman Turkish. This linguistic simplification fostered a sense of national pride and ownership of the language. The alphabet reform was also a symbolic move toward Westernization. By adopting the Latin alphabet, Turkey took a significant step toward aligning with European and Western norms, distancing itself from the Ottoman and Islamic world, which had largely retained the Arabic script. This transition allowed Turkey to communicate and engage more easily with the West. It facilitated diplomatic and economic relations and helped Turkey become part of the global community. Turkish students and scholars could now access European books, ideas, and technology, more readily aiding in the country's modernization process. The adoption of the Latin alphabet also reinforced a sense of Turkish nationalism and unity. The language reform promoted a common identity that was modern, secular, and distinct from the Ottoman past. Ataturk wanted to create a country with a strong sense of Turkish identity, and the alphabet reform was central to this. By simplifying the language and adopting a new script, the reform effectively erased much of the Ottoman influence on the language, creating a distinctly Turkish form of expression. This change also helped unify the country, as the simplified language was accessible to all, regardless of background or social class. However, the reform also came with cultural trade-offs. The switch to the Latin alphabet meant that much of Turkey's Ottoman literary and historical heritage became inaccessible to the general population. Older manuscripts, legal documents, and historical records were all in the Arabic script, making it difficult for future generations to read them. As a result, a gap emerged between Turkey's modern and Ottoman past, and special efforts had to be made to teach Ottoman Turkish to those interested in accessing these older records. This cultural disconnect was one of the unintended consequences of the reform, and remains a subject of debate among historians and linguists today. Recently, the Organization of Turkic States has adopted a new common Turkic alphabet based on the Latin script, aiming to unify and streamline written communication among Turkic-speaking nations. Turkey has played a pivotal role in this development, leveraging its experience with the Latin alphabet and acting as a bridge between Central Asian Turkic countries. This initiative represents an exciting step toward easier communication and cultural exchange within the Turkic world. By sharing a standardized script, countries like Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Azerbaijan can foster closer ties, promote mutual understanding, and open new pathways for cooperation in education, business, and diplomacy. For Turkey, this shared alphabet strengthens its influence and connection with Central Asia, offering new opportunities to deepen historical, linguistic, and economic links. The common Turkic alphabet not only aids in seamless interaction, but also reinforces a shared Turkic identity, empowering the Turkic world to communicate on a more unified and global stage. This initiative promises to bring the Turkic nations closer, boosting collaboration and creating a foundation for a more integrated future across borders. In summary, Turkey's adoption of the Latin alphabet was a transformative move with profound implications for the nation's identity, modernization, and global orientation. Under Ataturk's leadership, the reform aimed to simplify literacy, unify the country, and forge a connection with the Western world. While the transition faced challenges including resistance from traditionalists and cultural disconnects with Turkey's Ottoman heritage, it ultimately brought Turkey into the modern era. Today, Turkey's Latin alphabet serves as a reminder of Ataturk's ambitious vision for the country, a vision that continues to shape Turkish society and identity in profound ways.